So today we will interview you regarding our subject communication between cultures. So can you tell us about your biodata, your full name, where you're from, your hobbies, and a little bit about your education?
Okay, biodata. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. My name is Dr. Adamo Bakar Ibrahim. The summary of my biodata follows as started. Let me just start from the beginning to the top. At the beginning, of course, it's all education, education, education. So did my primary school, secondary school in Nigeria, and also my university, bachelor and masters in Nigeria. I started work with the IT company in Nigeria. After some certain project, then come to Malaysia for PhD. And after a PhD, started some research in Malaysia, and finally now doing work as a teacher, as a lecturer. So of course, my hobby is reading, and also doing research a lot. And then I enjoy meeting people, new people every day. And also everything that I do is tightly related to Islam. That's why I'm so happy. I'm a happy man based on Islamic principle and guide. Alhamdulillah.
So what kind of book that you like to read?
Actually, any book that comes my way. In fact, I always like to hear people talking about book. The more I hear somebody say, he read this about this book, or he have a book, or there is a book, any book that I hear somebody talking about it, I always try to go to it and read. But most especially books related to Islam. Most especially.
I want to ask you about your culture in your country. How's your culture expressing personality and goodness in a person?
Well, our culture is tightly related to Islam. In fact, to the extreme. Really. Everything for our culture is purely based on deep Islamic teaching. And I will say that now that I am out for being to many other countries, I just realized that our culture is solely dependent or directly dependent to similar to Saudi culture. That's mean to some Islamic approach. Everything that you do should be toward Islam. That's really. So our culture is tight related to religion. No celebration in my culture. No gathering that involves anything out of Islamic way. Everything that you do should be tightly related to Islam. We don't smile much. Really, everything we take it as serious and try to relate it to Islam. Any step that we take is towards Islam. So the culture really, in my own, it is here that I see culture mixed with religion. But in my own is the religion that becomes culture. Most of our, even our language is not Arabic, but most of our languages that we use day by day are tightly related to Arabic language and even to the Quranic terms. A lot of things that we do day by day speaking, most of the words come from Quranic terms. So it's a small society, but Islamic dominate everything.
Okay. The question for me is how's the time punctuality in your country?
Punctuality in terms of what are you referring to?
For example, if you have to go to the meeting, so is it all the people come on time?
No. Time punctuality, of course, is up and down always. It's not stable. It's not stable. Really, it's not stable. It's not stable. So we are used to that. Mostly late. It's not stable. In, like, for example, in any assembly, time punctuality is not always stable. You cannot say, of course, but because when we say punctuality, in my own terms, I'm thinking that okay, meeting to the right time that's set. So and in any assembly that I know or have been, it's not always stable that the time for that particular event or anything made at exact set. So time punctuality is not stable.
The next question I want to ask you about your education system. Is it your culture people will further study until high level like PhD, master.
No, not at all. Very few go for PhD. Very few. In fact, very many people criticize that. In fact, I come from a society who criticize even Western education. Currently, we are having a big problem about this Western education. We have a group who are being seen as a terrorist. Their own logo is Western education is even haram. So hardly education in our society is very, very less. Very few people can go up to PhD. Very, very few. In my family, I'm the only one. So that's how it is. Very few. No, it's not a culture. Even the degree. So people are not tending toward this. Western education.
Okay, doctor. You already got married?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so easy to ask this question.
What?
Okay, how's your culture view in cross-cultural marriage?
Well, okay. Really, that's the very simple. Just as I said, just I repeat from my first question, everything related to Islam. I remember when I get married, I was sitting in human science. There's human science canteen. I believe you know human science canteen. You know human science, isn't it?
Human.
Clear of human science.
Yeah.
You know that canteen. Yeah, I was sitting there. Then they called me that they already finished my marriage. So I didn't even see the woman that I would marry. So that's how our culture is. It's mixed. They then decide and they do it anywhere we are. We can do the marriage. It's not a big deal. And then we stay with it. Very serious. It lasts if the parents are involved. But in some cases, there are few patches that people go in on their own. But in our case, it's always like arranged marriage, what people call it. So it's an arranged marriage. Arranged marriage, we like it because although sometimes there's always problem attached.
Yes, also in Malaysia we have arranged marriage. For example, me, I already got married, and yeah, based on arranged marriage also.
It's nice.
Okay, so can you tell us about marriage preparation culture in your country, especially for Muslim?
No, really, no celebration in my home. No celebration. Celebration is we cannot celebrate. We don't celebrate. Sometimes, in most cases, 2-3 people after our Subi prayer or after our Subi. After Juma prayer, just similar to the way nobody should be there. No, you don't have to be there. Nobody should be there. So it's only wali and then wali from the side of the wife and wali from the side of the husband, and then imam. That's all. No need for signature, no marriage certificate, nothing. So that wali will say okay, wali will say I take, and then they decide Fatiha and that's all. Marriage finished.
Okay, next question is friendship highly valued in your culture?
Yeah, of course, really. Of course, in fact, I say my marriage is arranged marriage, but actually we are not related to the wife. Oh, it's just friendship, family friendship. So friendship is very, very important. If you are a friend, family friend, or a friend plus family, it's like a family. They can do anything for you. So, friendship is very, very important.
Same like Malaysia, right?
Do you have close friend?
Close friend.
Yes.
We are here.
In your country?
Close friend.
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
No, really, of course. Of course.
Is it here?
Here.
How about in Malaysia?
Of course. Yeah, of course. Really. Really. Yeah. But there are many international even nowadays. And mostly our sisters, you know. Mostly our sisters. Of course, that's a fact. Just an understanding on what you are doing. So, they are sisters. If I need something now, Big problem is the sisters that help me. Sisters, professional, doctors like me. So we have a lot of them. We work from professional, and it become personal. Mostly the friendship in here with the sisters I can eat the best. With the brothers, there's a kind of a repelling pause, but with the sisters, I don't know. They understand the friendship, although sometimes it go even beyond just friendship. But you have to be very careful, and they are careful also. Because just understanding doing work, of course, you have to be doing work, and then they are understanding that yeah, you are just a friend. You express your personal activities. They do the same too also.
Next question. What is your culture tradition that represents your identity? For example, clothes, food.
Already, yeah, it's clothing. I cannot wear this in my. You cannot dress this. You can never dress this. I don't think an adult cannot dress this.
So what type of
Of course, Islamic, well, of course, if you want to behave, if you want to be real, Islamic way of dress. Yeah, in fact, true Islamic way. Your trousers should not go below your toe. That's one thing. In fact, exactly the way Islam wants. You have to have a car. So clothes is one of the key most important. Food, no, doesn't matter. But clothing, an adult should dress Islamic. Strictly.
Is there many mosques at your country?
Men.
Mosques.
Men.
And majority of the people of your country are Muslim?
No, that depends on the Of course, in my provinces, we are all Muslim. We can't say 50-50. The country is like divided into two. The south is all Christian, strictly. The north is Muslims. So we're in the north, so we're the Muslim side.
Okay, doctor. Can I? What is your favorite foods or favorite drinks?
Yeah,
Favorite foods.
fruits.
Foods.
Oh, foods.
Foods and drinks at your country. What
Oh.
do you like to eat?
Not really. You don't have it here. To be very honest, you don't have it here. But of course, it's a mix of vegetable and then cereal. So we have a special name for it. You don't have it here.
In Malaysia, what do you like to eat?
I still have vegetables. Really.
Vegetables also.
Really, vegetables and yeah, vegetables, mixed vegetables.
Did you try any food like nasi lemak?
Everything. No, I don't have a priority of food. Of course, really, that's the training that we used to have. Really, parents train us like this. Younger age, I remember. Sometimes they deny you what you like. They force you to eat different kind of food, and it's not working. So whenever you just come in anywhere, if that's the food that people eat, you just get used to it immediately. That's his own training, I think.
So what your opinion about Malaysian food? Is it
No.
delicious?
No, of course. No, not really. They are trying. The local food, of course. Now there are two different things that I just said. The local food and they also, I'll just say the other foods. So the local food really is as much as possible clean and also healthy. Then other foods are the ones that are junks plus other things. So it's two different foods available here. So the local foods are really, of course, there are a lot of efforts. And I think whoever is engaged in food business or whatever, there's a kind of prospect. And it's a good business here, I think.
So doctor, you always eat at KICT cafe?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really. Anyway, to be very honest.
Anywhere.
Anyway. I don't have preference. Anywhere.
When you first time come to Malaysia, are you ever experienced culture shock?
I know. I already have the. Because before I come to Malaysia, I've been to many other countries. So I know. There's no really, not really. In fact, it's impressed, to be very honest, impressed with the local culture. because they also goes to a similar to us, like a kind of being into Islamic, but then later I see that it is moderate, little like free from us, which there are many people among us that are fighting to be the way you are doing it here, but it's not possible in our own side. So that's one first thing, of course, and I know any other thing from non-Muslims, it's not a big problem. I know because we also have that kind of same problem. So really, just being into the Islamic, but in a moderate way, that many people in my country are looking for this kind of system, which can never be allowed. So there's no shocking. It's just what you expect. You already know that there are many Muslims. You know that you expect to see some like a kind of strict way of what you're having. But when you come and see it's free, then you just feel free. It's okay. That's why you are not shocked, really. Not shocked or surprised with anything. Yeah. Not shocked at all.
Okay, why you choose to study here or work here instead of other country?
Well,
Instead of
study.
your country.
Okay, study here is because it's cheap at that time. Yeah, compared to any other places outside, it's cheap. That's one thing. And work here is because my advisors offer it for me. That time it looks like the kind of very free. Now working is becoming very difficult, but that time during our time it looks so free. They are looking for us. They're looking for us, and my advisors here, my professors here, give me a lot of chances. All chance that anybody would like, I just give it to me. First do research, second get the teaching. So I didn't feel to do that, but they just said do it, and then I see it working. So that's why really they encouraged me to do it.
So how you cope with our tradition? Is it you suitable with
No,
tradition?
that's the point. Really, even though in my own set personally, that's why I face a lot of challenges back in my country, because the way I do a lot of things is just very, very similar to the way local Malay behave. That's my own behavior in particular, and my father's also, and that's why we are seeing it. So when I come here, it's like I come and find the people that behave like me. So it's so easy to deal with them. Really. And everyone behave like me. Everything that I just said, I think 90% of the attitude of the locals here is similar to my own individual attitude. Then everything becomes easy. Sometimes even before someone tells me that this is how this thing happened with the local, I already have it in me. So just waiting for it, and then every day you see it, so never have any issues. The way each local behave, that's the way I behave. Many. So there's no issues.
So your family live here too? Your wife and your
No,
children?
I only have one daughter, one wife, but 2 years now we're no more together.
Canada.
We're no more together,
Oh,
so we're not together anymore.
okay. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay.
The next question is people polite in social interaction with each other in your country?
No. Really, no, not at all. We're not polite like that's why I say that's one of the examples. I'm very polite, very slow, just as the way local people here are. But in my country, majority are not polite at all.
Can you give an example? Yeah,
No,
interaction.
the interaction is always harsh. Wherever there's something to be soft, simple, it can't just be soft, simple. Shouting is common in my country. People shout to each other. People insult each other. People who talk at any level. Children, adults, even old people, parents. They can fight. They can talk harshly, similar to the way Arabs do. Arabs do the same. Also.
Different with Malaysia, right?
Yeah, Malaysia is so simple.
For our country, if we meet other older people, we will
Polite.
polite, give salam, smile at them. is majority and minority religion at your country? Is it religion influence cultural belief of society, and can you give some examples?
Okay, yeah, two religious, of course, two religious, one Christian and Muslim. Alright, for over here, just as I said, for Muslims, directly the religion that influence culture. Yeah, we are culture, but when the Islam come in, the Islam managed to change the culture to the Islam directly. That's in the north side. But for the south side, it's Christianity, and then they don't care about religion at all. So it's as if there is no religion there, no control. The culture is far away from religion.
Malaysian, especially Malaysian people.
In this country?
Okay. Well, of course, there are three types of race, which they are all different.
Yes.
Indian, Christianity, sorry, Indian, Chinese, and Muslim. They are all different. They do things different, and they respect each other. So the fact here should remain. That's one. And then the Islamic attitude is okay, no problem. Then the next thing is the potential, the opportunities which available for I think the general all the 3 days. But then finally, what I always see is the natural emerging competition between these three different areas. There is natural competition, so and that competition can never be ended. So it means if you are competing, you have to wake up and do something more. So that's the way I'm seeing the Muslim Malaysians.
So in your class,
Mm.
there is many Malay students. Did they compete each other to among the students?
Yeah, of course, because this is my perception actually. This is my perception. Must always like to kind of repeal challenges. But one good thing about it, when you pull them and put them into a challenge, they have no problem. They don't reject it. So you always like kind of fighting, keep pulling them. You can see every day. You have to have a file doing a lot of things. As you do, they do. But if you didn't do, they won't have to. You just say they should not do no. You have to be doing them. You have to be pulling them. When you pull them to something, even though they don't like it, but they do it. So there's a kind of that discipline. And that discipline is always good. And at the end of the day, they always say thank you. And that's exactly what will make you to keep doing them. Always try to see that we are doing a little bit ahead of what we are supposed to be doing. And then we always say that we are doing something that they will see is too much. Trying to attract them, and to be very honest, they are responding whenever you pull them. But if you will be on their opinion, just try to say, oh no, I don't want to stress you, or I don't want to have you feel something bad, then it cannot work. But if you pull them, they go. So that's what we are doing. I always try to pull them looking too tough in the beginning toward the end. And then finally, when they have something, they always come and say thank you.
In your class, how about the Malaysian people about the punctuality? If they on time to be in your class?
I know that one is not stable. I think, but no, I think really I can now categorize this. I can categorize this based on gender. Sisters are always punctual. I would say 99%.
But not 4 points.
No, brothers are not really. Sisters are always punctual.
So how to overcome this problem at the
No, really, it's just set of rules. For me, I always first 5 minutes is always like a kind of a quiz for the last class. 1-2 question pop-up quiz. You pop it up in PowerPoint for some 60 seconds, fill in the blank. Whoever miss. And in every class, I don't take attendance. Attendance is always blank. So every class there should be a quiz. The quiz is the attendance.
in your class, apa tu? Is Malaysian people like to mingle with other international students? No. So
At first I tried to do that, then I just even stop it. Just say, let me not consider this. I try to say, okay, there should be a mixed race group, mix this, but then the work will not come out. Then they don't like. Oh,
they don't like.
and the more you try to say you make it better, the more you waste the time and work output will be less. So if like you have much time, then you can maybe do something. But then when you consider, okay, what's the need? This is comes to doing the work. Mixing is not really in the class, should be outside the class, maybe anything. Then you say, okay, let's just do the primary role of the class. So that we should not get distracted of saying that in the class we mix people. Then I just know that. So I don't consider that anymore. They said they do a lot of good work. So why will you not allow them to do the good work since when they're themselves do the good work? No, that's a fact.
Same question. Okay, Doctor. I think that's all
Okay.
for the question of our interview session. Thank you so much for your time. Till we